Dear students, in last class we have studied constructional feature of overcurrent relay and its theory. Today we shall discuss how to select the pickup value of overcurrent relay. To understand selection of pickup value of the relay, we will have a review of few basics of electromagnetic circuits. We know that flux phi in electromagnetic circuit is calculated as N into I by S, where S is reluctance, N is number of turns in the coil, and I is current flowing through the coil. It means that flux value can be increased by increasing number of turns keeping current constant, or keeping number of turns constant and by increasing current flowing through the coil. In last class we have studied the induction type relay used as overcurrent relay. Torque equation of overcurrent relay. T is equal to F net into R. What is net force acting on the aluminum disc? That we have studied in last class. And R here is the distance between center of aluminum disc and the point of action of force. Here it is not exactly the radius of the aluminum disc. It is the distance between center of aluminum disc and the point of action of force. And we know that F net is given by phi m1 into phi m2 into sine of theta. But phi m1 and phi m2 are proportional to the current flowing through the coil, because we know that flux is proportional to the product of number of turns and current. Therefore, we can write here Im1 into Im2 into sine theta. but there is only one current, that is fault current, flowing through the coil. So Im1 and Im2 are equal. Since Im1 is equal to Im2 is equal to I, you can write here I square into sin theta. Aluminum disc starts to rotate only if control torque provided by the two springs is less than driving torque T. It means that to overcome control torque, there has to be certain minimum driving torque T. And to develop that minimum driving torque, current flowing through the relay coil should have certain minimum value. And that minimum value of the current, which makes the overcurrent relay to develop driving torque that is just sufficient to drive the aluminum disc, is called as pickup current. So right here it is possible only when certain minimum current flows through relay coil. This minimum current that makes overcurrent relay to develop a torque just sufficient to drive aluminum disc is called pickup value or pickup current. but we can make any smaller value of current flowing through the relay coil as pickup current. That is what we call as setting the pickup current of relay. Let us see how it is possible. We know that flux is proportional to magnetomotive force, that is N into I, and inversely proportional to reluctance. Reluctance is constant for given magnetic material. By having tappings in the coil, we can increase or decrease the number of turns according to our requirement, and therefore even for very small amount of current flowing through the coil, by having large number of turns, we can make the flux setup in the core of electromagnet sufficient to develop the driving torque, which is more than control torque. By definition, the relay should operate for minimum fault current and above it. But it should not operate for maximum load current. So we have to select the pickup current between the maximum load current and the minimum fault current, which means that before we set the pickup value of overcurrent relay, we should have the idea of minimum fault current and maximum load current of the system which is to be protected. Now let us consider this current scale here. To the left we are having zero current, and to the right we are having maximum fault current. The normal load current is at this point. The permissible overload is at this point, and the minimum fault current is at this point. Now question is, which should be our, or where should be our minimum pickup current, or how to go for plug setting? Is it at this point? Is it here? Is it here? Or is it in between these 2 points, or between these 2 points? Where it is? So as per our discussion, the pickup current should be more than the maximum permissible load, and it should be just less than minimum fault current. So we have to select the pickup current between these 2 points. But it is better if the pickup current is closer to the minimum fault current. Otherwise, the relay may mal-operate for the permitted overload current. So we can state it symbolically in this way. Pickup current should be more than maximum load permitted, and it should be less than minimum fault current of the system. So this is how we have to select the pickup current of overcurrent relay. Now we shall see how to set the operating time of overcurrent relay. Let us consider a system having primary protection and backup protection. With the following details. Here in this table, notations for different protection components and their operating times are given. For primary protection, relay notation is RB. For backup protection, relay notation is RA. For primary protection, circuit breaker notation is CBB, and for backup protection it is CBA. For primary protection, relay operating time is TR, B, and that for backup protection, relay operating time is TRA. Circuit breaker operating time for primary protection is TCB, B, and that for backup protection it is TCBA. Overshoot time of relay is taken as TOS, A for backup protection. Here we shall first define what is relay operating time. Time measured between the instant of occurrence of fault and the instant of closure of trip contacts. is called relay operating time. Operating time of circuit breaker. Time measured between the instant of closure of trip contacts of the relay and the instant of quenching the arc completely which is struck between contact surfaces of CB at the time of separation. So when a trip signal is issued to the circuit breaker, the mechanism of circuit breaker will operate and make the contact surfaces to get separated. So at the instant of separation of these contact surfaces, there will be ionization of the medium between the two contact surfaces, which leads to striking of the arc. Circuit breaker is said to be operated completely when the arc so struck is quenched completely. So we have to measure the time between two instants. First instant is issuing the trip signal to the circuit breaker, and that happens when the relay operates completely. And second instant is when the arc is completely quenched in the circuit breaker. Relay overshoot time. It is time measured between the instant of de-energizing the relay and the instant at which aluminum disc comes to the rest. When the relay is de-energized, the aluminum disc continues to move forward because of its moment of inertia. And the time for which it moves forward even after de-energizing the relay is called as what? Is called as relay overshoot time. So this time is also very important while setting the operating time of the relay. Now to understand the time setting of relay, let us consider a time axis here. Say this is time axis. And say at this instant a fault occurs on the system. We'll call it as fault instant. So this instant of time will take as 0 seconds. Let us say this is operating time of primary protection relay. I will show it as TRB. From the instant at which relay operation is over, we have to measure circuit breaker operation time. So now the circuit breaker operation time DCBB is here. That is, this duration shown here is circuit breaker operation time of primary protection. At the end of the operation of circuit breaker, fault should be cleared. So what should happen here? At this instant, fault should be cleared. By primary protection. If it does not happen so, then the backup protection has to clear the fault. We know that primary protection relay and backup protection relay both start at the instant of occurrence of fault only. But the operating time of backup protection should be so selected that it operates only after the time duration of TRB plus TCB and overshoot time of its own. And say this is TOSA, that is overshoot time of backup protection relay. Now we can show here operating time of backup protection relay TRA So looking at this diagram, we can understand that if fault is cleared by primary protection at this instant, then the backup protection relay will reset. And if beyond this instant, if fault is cleared by primary protection, then backup protection relay will not stop operating. Though there is no current flowing through its coil, because due to the moment of inertia, the moving system continues to rotate and it will make the trip contacts to close down, and hence the trip signal will be issued to the backup protection circuit breaker, and the backup circuit breaker will also operate, which means the mal-operation has occurred. So at this instant, now what happens? At this instant, backup relay operates. So from this discussion, we understand that to avoid mal-operation of backup protection, TRA should be more than TRB plus TCBB plus TOS A. TRA should be more than TRB plus TCBB plus TOSA. Dear students, I will stop the class here and continue in next class with the directional overcurrent relays. Thank you.